So thyroid antibodies, what are they? If you're watching this, you probably know what they are. Thyroid antibodies are the diagnostic criteria to determine if you or someone that you know has Hashimoto's. In this video, we're going to get right into Hashimoto's, what thyroid antibodies really mean, and what you can do with them and what you can't do with them. And we're going to start right now. Well, hello everybody, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison and welcome to this week's segment of Why. This is where we take just a few minutes to answer some of the most common health-related questions that I see in my office every day. So the question is all about antibodies. So this is a very specific video for specific individuals. Thyroid antibodies. Well, if you have them or if you're trying to understand what they are and or you've been diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder called Hashimoto's. So if you are able to find, or if you identify that you have thyroid antibodies on a blood panel, it is a diagnosis of Hashimoto's. And if you have a diagnosis of Hashimoto's, it really means that your immune system has targeted your thyroid and is trying to damage it, or it is damaging it. So that's what it means. Now there's two forms of thyroid antibodies, and if you have either one of those that are positive, it is a diagnostic. It is a diagnosis of autoimmune thyroid disease, also known as Hashimoto's. One antibody is called thyroid peroxidase. On a lab panel, it might show TPO. Another one is thyroid or thyroglobulin antibodies. This is just another one. So if you have either of the two, it's a diagnostic criteria of Hashimoto's. Many people, and this video is for these individuals, many people have antibodies and they don't understand what they are, and they've maybe been told, and this is inaccurate, or they're either told it doesn't matter, don't worry about them. You'll see that a lot of times from certain medical providers. And then the other thing that people are told about the antibodies is we got to try to get them down. Well, both of these are false. They are important because it's an autoimmune disorder. It's a diagnosis of autoimmunity. So you have to start looking at how can you manage autoimmunity, how you can correct autoimmunity. I have many videos on autoimmunity. It's something we work with in our office every day. So it is an autoimmune condition and it's important. I have a video I'm going to have in the comments below. It's going to be a video link under this video of all about thyroid, so you can understand Hashimoto's and what to do about it and all of that. A lot of information in that video. But so that's one reason. The other reason of this video is people are told that the goal is to try to get these antibodies down. So if you have too many of them, that's the problem. It means that you have a diagnosis of Hashimoto's. And I actually have this diagnosis. I have elevated thyroid peroxidase antibodies. And it's something I have to be careful with. So far, I'm not on any medication at the time of this video. I'm continuously monitoring it and managing it with lifestyle and checking my numbers to make sure they're okay. So I don't have any symptoms. I'm very fortunate I caught it early. And maybe you have too if you found your antibodies. But the goal, and this is the big thing, the goal to try to get them down, it's not relevant. And the reason why I say that is antibodies are like a roller coaster. They'll go up, they'll go down, they'll go up, they'll go down, and they do not, there's no rhyme. There's reasons for it, but it's not an indicator of severity. So the higher your antibodies are, it's not a clinical indicator of Hashimoto's is worse. We used to think this, but it isn't. So if you have very high antibodies, get it looked at, get a medical provider or a functional medicine doctor to look at them, or reach out to us. We can help you as well. But they can go up and down, so they're not an indicator of clinical severity. They're an indicator of how frequently or how much your immune system is marking your tissue, your thyroid, to damage it. But the nature of antibodies do not just damage anything. They mark a tissue that they don't like, whatever tissue it is, or whatever bacteria or virus, they mark it as bad. That antibody tells the immune system, hey, immune system, now you got to attack it. So it's not an indicator of damage, and it should never be an indicator of what you're doing it should never be a goal to try to get them down, because sometimes they'll go up, sometimes they'll go down. So hopefully that creates some clarity, because I get a lot of people, we need to get our antibodies down, and I'm like, actually, we shouldn't focus on the antibodies. We should make sure your thyroid's making the right amount of hormone and you don't have any symptoms. So that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. In fact, it's all in the video below. So I hope this was helpful, give you some indicators, some indication and understanding of what these antibodies mean, if you have them, if you've been properly diagnosed with it, and then how to understand them. I think that's the most important thing. So highly recommend, if you haven't already, watch the video link below. That's going to be on my thyroid presentation. I talk about the antibodies, I talk about clinical strategies, I talk about solutions. There's a lot there. So I hope this was helpful. If you've got some information from this channel, I'm putting on more and more content every week and every month. Actually every week. We're trying to make sure you subscribe so you can get more information and learn more of these health-related topics, because you're not going to want to miss any. With that being said, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison. I look forward to talking to you next day. Have a great day.